Hey everyone, welcome to the WIRA Daily Market Update. So, interesting market day today. We expected a little red in the NASDAQ from that Google miss last night. Now, that Google miss is a big debate right now. You're not seeing it in CNBC and stuff, but a lot of the trade mags are seeing a lot of good dissecting of that earnings report. And one of the big things is that EU fine, right? That one billion fine. That seems to be what really hurt that revenue and stuff, that bottom line. So, we'll see how it goes going forward, but we're not big Google players. So we take it with a grain of salt. You can see the NASDAQ closed down about 54 points, the S&P up about 3 points, and the Dow up 38 points. So the S&P continues to just push a little bit higher, little sliver a day, sliver a day, sliver a day. Nice, orderly ascent there. The Nasdaq, it's been making record highs every day for the last 3 weeks. So a little bit of rest, and that Google miss, it shouldn't be totally unexpected with what we knew coming from earnings season, and we knew about the fine, and we knew about a lot of things. So obviously the analysts were a little bit more excited about the prospect of their earnings than the company was. So let's put that on the side. We got a big earnings report after the bell today. We've got Apple reporting after the bell. That might be the cure-all, right? We'll see how that report goes out. We'll see that current conference call. Apple is a very, very big mover, as we know from the NASDAQ. Now, Google's a big stock, and it's a popular stock. But Apple really is more of your barometer for the health of the markets. So almost like Cisco back in the late 90s, right? Everybody always said if Cisco was above 60 back in the day, they used to say if Cisco was above 60, the market was healthy. If it was below 60, the market was a little weak. It's interesting, right? You can almost say that about Apple and 200, right? Anytime Apple's trading over 200, it seems like the markets are making new highs and making great gains. But every time it comes under 200, it seems like the NASDAQ's a little sickly. So we'll see how that report comes out. It should be interesting. Maybe it's a catalyst for big move tomorrow or something like that. Nice bounce in the NASDAQ. Was today a buy the dip? We think so. We opened up a play in Micron today. We bought some $46 calls going out to the end of summer. We're pretty happy with that play. So since we're talking about that, let's pop on over to the charts. Let's start up with that S&P 500. There you go. The chart says it all, right? Now we're getting a little oversold there. So we're getting a little thin. So we'll see how this shakes out, especially after this Apple report. Is that enough to push it up to another new high? Or, it looks like it needs to consolidate a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Our oil play just got rocked today. That came kind of out of nowhere. Oil actually had a good day today, spot oil. But we're going to stick with this trade because it's been in this channel. We still got plenty of time in those contracts. We're just outside at that $20 calls. So we'll stick with this. We might average into this. Our monster play, we're up about almost 200% on this play. And we've got earnings on Thursday. So this one kind of self-explanatory too. Now, the Micron trade, we opened up a Micron trade. We like to keep our charting simple. So on this one, we're just going with trend lines and pretty much the same theory behind the monster trade, right? We watched for a break on this downtrend because we knew it was a popular one and we knew there was some news that kind of beat it up and killed some of the sentiment for it. So we watched it. When it started breaking that downtrend and it started breaking out, that's where we got in, and now we're up almost 200%. Same thing with the Micron. Not quite as much of a V. You can see it's a little bit more extended, the wings there. But we think we're onto something good here. So we just opened up that trade, $46 calls going out to the end of summer. Our AKS trade, it got great earnings last night. Stock was up 5% after hours. Kind of gave it back, right? Down about 1.5%. This is another one we're going to give time with. We like the play and we like the company. And, it was just kind of a weird day. The sentiment of the day was kind of weird. It was almost like people were expecting that bounce, that buy the dip down bounce, but it never really came. We'll see if Apple is the kicker for that. Our retail play down about 20 cents, just still in that channel, top of the channel. We're looking for a breakout there. We think the catalyst for that will be retail earnings. So let's pop on over to CNBC. We're going to make it a nice tight show today. since it's Tuesday, and it should be a busy trading day tomorrow. So let's see if that Apple news is out there yet. No, not out yet. So look, gang, we're gonna call it a show. We're gonna head over to watch the Apple earnings and kind of gauge the market. Like I said, we opened up a new Micron trade today in the chip sector. We're still riding that monster. It's got earnings on the second, so we're gonna play that a little closer to earnings. A couple of options here for you guys that are ever in this position. You're up over 100%. You can take half the trade off the table, cover your original investment, and ride the rest. We'll make that decision a little bit closer to earnings. The other ones we'll let come around. It's a nice, lively market. It's just a little soft today on that NASDAQ. That Google just really put a stamp on that daytime trading. Now, we also have a Fed meeting tomorrow. Now, there's a big, big back and forth on the Fed, right? Trump's back at it. He's calling for a 1% cut. He wants quantitative easing. He's got a good point, too. When he compares to the Asian markets and things like that, what they're doing with their Federal Reserve, or their comparison to the Federal Reserve and how they're starting to benefit from it. He's right. We are getting good growth and stuff, but they could really put this on steroids. And we'll see. We'll see if the Fed agrees with him tomorrow. Okay, gang? So look, like I said, we was just very light, cautious trading today. We opened up a new position on Micron, those $46 calls out to about the end of summer. And we're going to play those, and we're happy with the monster trade, and the rest will come around. So look, gang, let's go see what Apple does on their earnings report. Let's see what the Fed has to say tomorrow. That'll be at 2 o'clock tomorrow, by the way, gang. So be ready for that in your trading day, and let's play it from there. All right, gang? You guys have a great afternoon. We will be back with the market update tomorrow after the bell.